So for the past 4 years, I've been working on this sci-fi series called 3000, as you must guess already. And it's a sci-fi episodes, collection of stories about the life in the future, and a lot of sci-fi, a lot of neon. If you watched Love, Death and Robots and Black Mirror, that's something similar that we're working on. Currently, I have 9 scripts. You can do the next one. Currently, one of them is in production, the movie called Restart, but let's get there first. Yeah, we got a little bit of concept coming. One more. Yeah, that's my friend who posed for one of the episodes in Saigon. Okay, here you can witness the logos for 9 episodes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they are all kind of divided in 3 trilogies. As you can see, Mu, Genesia, and Fantasium. Those short stories are more about like the universe and dimension this series are in. And then we have Restart, Infernus, and Android Love. I would call it like a neon trilogy, because there's a lot of neon. And Glitch, Business Casual, and Ad, I would say it's like a corporate surrealism. So with these 3 kind of pillars building up the 9 series episode is what I'm looking for. Can we have the next slide? Yeah, and a little bit more concept. So, and then one more. Okay, let's do one more. Okay, I will quickly introduce you to all the episodes and just briefly explain the stories, what's going on and what's happening. So the first episode and the most important one is called Mu. In ancient Chinese and ancient Korean, it means nothingness. It's like if somebody asks you a question that you cannot answer yes or no, you just answer Mu. It means like no or zero or nothingness. And we have this next slide. Yes, this film covers a story about a teenage monk who embarks on a journey towards enlightenment. Like all the monks, they're looking for enlightenment. But in this setup, in a futuristic setup, this character is going to sacrifice himself to upload his consciousness to the cloud. So he's leaving his family, he's leaving his temple, he's going out of the city, he's going on a long way to find the shrine that uploads you straight to the cloud and makes you live it in, like, you can live infinitely in Google Drive or Google Cloud or whatever you say. So yes, this story is about sacrifice. This story is about facing pain, and it's a cool blend of sci-fi and ancient tradition. I would say like a monk in the future. I thought it would be an interesting blend. Yeah, we have some nice red. As you can see, this is one of the shrines that he's approaching, and in the shrine he will face a little firewall that will send him up to space. It will be more interesting when it's the actual film, so I say. And now we're getting close to Restart. This movie is in production now, as long as Malachi and the Moth, but that's not my script. I wrote the whole thing. And Restart is connected to all the stories in 3000. And this one is about a loop. It's about a circle. It's about the infinite, repetitive things that happen in your life and you cannot get away from it. Can we have the next? As you can see, we are having a ninja, shinobi, the futuristic guy with a bunch of neon, but what happens behind this story is he is a streamer, he is an entertainer in the future, he has a lot of followers, and what he does for his living is playing games, as most of the bloggers and streamers are doing right now on Twitch or Discord, but the games are placed all over the city, so they're like kind of mixed with virtual and the real reality. And in this one, he arrives in the alley and he accepts the challenge, fighting with a boss or with a character or something like that. And as he fights different people, different warriors, he faces Demon, the really strong guy. A little bit more. Yeah, this guy, who is evil. He's Demon. But the trick is, like in a video game, like in a fighting game, there is a really hard boss, and you cannot win it. You cannot kill it. You cannot do anything about it. So the main character decides to cheat. He decides to use imperfections in the game. He decides to break and crash the game just to win it, just to get all the reward and love of the subscribers. But eventually he ends up getting trapped in the whole alley, and he cannot get away. Can we have the next slide, please? One more. Yeah. He gets trapped in the alley like this, and he cannot get out. Whatever he is trying to do, it's impossible. And eventually he is spending years and years, 10, 30, 40 years, trying different approaches, different scenarios, different combinations to win the demon, but he cannot, because it's a loop. The game is broken, it's glitched, you cannot get out. And eventually, when he's already old, in the end, he manages to crash the game and find his freedom. Or not, the ending is gonna be open. So, this film looks like a sci-fi cyberpunk thing, but behind that image, hidden the story and the meaning of the cycle that happens in our lives daily. You go to the job that you hate, and you keep going to that, and you cannot get out. Or you're in a relationship that you also hate, but you're staying in it, and it keeps repeating it again and again and again. And there's a lot of things in our lives that happen a lot. So with this movie, I'm trying to accomplish this. The filming is gonna start in December or January, probably. It's gonna be 10 minutes. We already have the actors, the location, we have wonderful costumes. So good luck to us. Can we have the next one? Next episodes, I'll just briefly go through all of this. Glitch is about the lady who has the prosthetic arm, and it glitches in the middle of the road. As she crossing the road, she just gets stuck. So this new device, new technology turns against her, and she just cannot move. And the whole movie is technically covers that situation where she's in the middle of the road, she cannot move away, and eventually they have to cut her hand. The next episode is called Genesia, so this one is diving a little bit more to the lore of 3000. It's about the guy who lives in our times, in our dimension, and he travels back to the year 0 to meet with the Greeks and Romans, and he grabs some phones and laptops and the knowledge of the internet with himself, and he shared with the ancient guys, and at that point time turns a little different, in a different direction. We have a little different dimension when the world starts developing in a faster pace, and that's why we have 3000. This is what happens in this lore. Can we have the next stage? Yeah, this movie is heavily inspired by the genre called vaporwave. It's a very specific internet genre that portrays ancient Greek statues combined with the neon and the music of the 80s, 90s. This is symbolize memories and nostalgia, and I really want to play with it. Besides, pink and blue is such a wonderful combination. I want to explore it more. Episode 5, Infernus. This one is about an AI-driven car. There is a guy who lives happily with his wife, and wife dies, and he turns her consciousness into AI model and implements it in the car. So technically, the guy is married to the car, and this episode shows the relationship between him and his wife. He kind of trapped in the car, but eventually, yeah, they're facing some misunderstanding between each other, and the car goes crazy at some point. It cannot open the doors. It speeds up randomly, and it puts the guy's life into danger. So this movie is showing a mad car, crazy car going out of control. Can we have the next slides? Yeah, we have some Vice City vibes on this one, but there is something terrible hidden behind this optimistic imagery. Business Casual. Okay, this one is a dark movie. If you ever watched the movies of Yorgos Lanthimos, like Lobster, like Poor Things, the recent one, Kinds of Kindness. Business Casual, can I have the next slide? Is a story about the office worker who is going through all the challenges of the office working environment. Toxic boss, toxic partners, toxic friends. So in this film, we're showing all the negative parts of the corporate and the office work. The guy decides to die. He wants to commit suicide, but it's the future. So in the future, they have some sort of service, pre-suicide service, where a person is given a second chance before jumping, and he gets it. He gets the offer from the company. Instead of killing yourself, you can work for us. You can sell your body, and he does that, and he regrets that later. It's really dark and funny on the subconscious level. Thank you so much for turning the pages for me. Yeah, some imagery for that one. Okay, we're getting close to the latest 3 episodes. Fantasium. This is an interesting one for me personally. There is a device that can make you feel 1,000 years of imprisonment in 1 second. So technically, the prisons in the future, if we're gonna be having prisons, this device will make you feel the whole sentence, the whole time of 1,000 years or whatever you have done in just a moment, just a click. Yeah, in this film, the main character, he finds a way how to hack it. He finds a way how to use this space that he's trapped for 1,000 years or something. He's in a big white room, like in Matrix, but he finds a way to build his own world, like Minecraft or any sort of game. Imagine a white room with infinite nothingness, and you have the chance to build it from scratch, whatever you want, and you have 1,000 years for that. And this guy builds everything from scratch. He builds cities. He builds his environment. He creates people that he assumes could be his friend or love him. And after 1,000 years, he has this whole world, his own planet. And in that term, the perspective of looking at the planet, at where we're living is, how can you see a world that you created? Like, how would you treat it? How would you treat everybody that you are responsible for? And how that would make you a better person. He's a criminal, and how is he coming back after this 1,000-year adventure? That's why I want to find the answers in this movie. Android Love. This is the recent one. A couple, a guy and a girl, they love each other. They work in a company. They're successful, but one day they are coming back home, and the girl gets murdered in front of a bunch of gangsters and junkies in some sort of slum. And she gets replaced with her double. She, in the future, in the world of 3,000, if you get hired by a company, in case something happens to you, they have a double, they have a copy of yourself. So if you die, you can continue working. So after she's dead, the guy meets her copy, the android, and he's trying to build up the life with her. He tries to bring back his girlfriend, but it doesn't work out because she's an android. She doesn't create new memories. She's just copying everything that his real wife was about, and he cannot take it. He also cannot take the fact that he couldn't protect her, so he dies too. He suicide, and after that, his company also has a duplicate, also has a copy of himself. So in the end of the film, two androids, two replicas of real people, they meet each other, and following the program, following the script, they keep loving each other. That's why it's called Android Love. Can I have the next one? Yeah, some AI imagery. I don't have to pay to any artist. I can just do it with ChatGPT now. And the last episode is called Ad. In Russian, Ad also means hell. I hope you guys notice how many advertisements are there in Thailand, in Bangkok. So I got really overwhelmed with that, and I wrote a script about Ad, about the hell of advertisement. Another one. So we got an actor, model, who is working in a studio, and he runs commercials, TV series, advertisements. And as far as he goes with his career, he notices himself sucked into this trippy and psychedelic world of advertisement. Just imagine that you cannot see the birth of your child because you have to watch unskippable ad on YouTube or entrance at the door. So imagine being stuck in traffic and you just cannot proceed, you cannot go further because you need a premium account to go next. You gotta pay, you gotta, these advertisements, they are surrounding you, screaming at you, pay to us, we need your money, and stuff like that. So I'm excited about this one. After I finished all the 9 episodes, let me explain you what's going on, why it's called 3000. So we are here. By the time I was writing it, it was Saigon 2020, but now it's Bangkok 2022. As I mentioned before, one of the episodes, it's showing the guy who is traveling from our timeline back to year 0. He meets all the Greeks, he meets all the Romans and the Asian guys, gives them laptops, smartphones, internet, and at this point, the time takes completely different turn, and that's where the series of 3000s are happening. 3,000 years after that event, we're witnessing all the episodes. So all of those 9 episodes, they're connected together in one time, one location, but about different characters, and sometimes they intersect with each other. Me and my friend, we came up with a cool plot when year 0 happens. The development of the world goes so fast that by year 1000 people reach complete bliss, heaven, paradise on earth. No wars, no diseases, nobody's poor, everything is fantastic. So where do we go next? Should we go next? Should we explore space? No, the guys, they decide to live forever as ones and zeros, as files in the cloud, in the Google Drive, or whatever you call it. So in year 2000, 95% of the population just uploads themselves to the cloud, and they start to exist as internet cyber creatures and stuff like that. You might ask, where are the rest 5%? So 95% are already there, uploaded. Where's the rest of 5%? So those are the outcasts. Those are the leftovers, people who weren't agreeing with that kind of stuff. And they stay on Earth. They keep their life. They exist as human beings. And after year 2000, boom, we got year 3000 when the Earth is kind of built by those outcasts. And this is not a perfect world with very high tech, but still low life. And yes, with with the whole series, with everything like that, I want to show how fast we're developing these days, where the humanity is going, and how this progress impacts the human nature, how it impacts our daily life, yeah. So this is what it's all about. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for watching Crush and listening to this introduction. It's been a pleasure. It's been fun working on this one, and I